In this video, you will learn how to use the role play AI conversation. The first thing you want to ensure is that you are in the correct course, and that once you're in the correct course, you want to make sure that you are on the content page. Now that you're on the content page, you want to scroll all the way down to where you see the module that you want to place the role play conversation in. So for example, I want to place my AI conversation inside Unit 10. Now there's two ways to access and get inside Unit 10. I can either click anywhere on this picture or I can click on the chevron. It doesn't matter which one you do, both will achieve the same purpose. So I'm going to click on the chevron. Now, once I'm in here, since there's nothing besides the overview and the learning materials folder, I want to ensure that my AI conversation will come after the learning materials folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover underneath the learning materials folder and click anywhere on this purple line. And when I click on this purple line, it will give me this universal menu bar, and what I want to do is click on Create. Now, when you click on Create, you're going to look for the Participation and Engagement section, and the AI conversation will be the last item in that section. And I'm going to click on it. Now, when you are titling your AI conversation, you want to title it similar to what students will be interacting with, or excuse me, not interacting with, similar to what students will be doing with the conversation. So for example, I can say developing a nutrition plan. When the title is correct, I can click on this white space here. Now, my second thing that I need to do, and you can do this at any point, is come to this corner, and please don't forget that because this comes from the right-hand panel, it automatically is hidden from students. So when you're ready, click on the word hidden and make it visible to students. Now that my title and my visibility are set, I need to now move on to my conversation. So just so you know, by default, every AI role-play conversation, it gives the conversation the part that students are interacting with 0 points by default, and you have a reflection question that by default is 1 point. You can choose to, if you don't want the reflection question to count, you can click in the box. And what you can do is delete it and type in a 0. Give me one moment. Let's see if this will work. Okay, let's start with this one then. So let's say this is 50 points. Then what I can do is I can come down here and make this 50 points, or I can make this 0. So sometimes you just gotta give it a moment to let you type in the point value. Now, once my points are set, I want to start in this box here. So in this box here, this part is where you're going to actually place in information about what the student is doing and information about what the AI's role is. So you're really kind of defining what the student's doing and what the AI is doing. So for example, this could be one scenario you set. Notice here how I have information about the student. I have information about the AI and what the AI is or who they are. Once this is all set, I want to hit next. And by default, you will get an AI that says Space Dog. You don't have to keep it as Space Dog. You're more than welcome to click on Edit Image. You can upload an image from your device, or we recommend if you don't have anything, use stock images. And I can say like a woman, for example, and click on search. And then these will give me like various pictures. If I don't like it, remember I can click on these single hand arrows and just keep going. So for example, if I, let's say, wanted this woman, I could, and I could click on next, and I obviously have to just readjust. I can click on save. Where it says name, you can leave a space dog, or you can call this like Mrs. Smith, something to that effect. And the personality trait is how the AI will come off to the students. So what you want to do for that is you want to put in a personality type. Perhaps maybe you want to give students in a class a difficult patient or a difficult scenario that they really have to try out their skills on. Then where you see complexity of responses, this is based on Bloom's taxonomy, and you can click and then drag this circle to change the responses. And when everything looks right, you'll click on save. Now, Mercy Online recommends that before you make this live to students and before you give this to students, click on this button here that says preview chat. And this is where you can see how to interact with the AI conversation, kind of see a sample of how the AI conversation worked with the scenario. So for example, I could say welcome, and then this 3 dots just means it's thinking, and then it'll give you a response, and then you can say yes. And I, for example, can say like, let's begin with your current diet. And then you can't hit enter or return on your keyboard because what will happen is we'll give you this space, so you always need to be sure to hit send. So this is an example, and then if you want to set this up to grade, be sure to locate the AI conversation and click on this icon here. Now, because this comes from the right-hand panel, by default, it will be due tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. If that is not correct, what you can do is click on the calendar, click on the arrows next to the month, and we can say, for example, this is due on the 23rd. If there is no due date, you can simply click no due date. Now, by default, all AI conversations are formative tools, which means that they will not be calculating towards the grade. If that is not true and you need this to count toward the grade, please just uncheck that box. Then where you see grading and submissions, if this is actually counting towards the grade category, if you click on assignment, you can label this a homework, an AI conversation category if you wanted, or you can label this like labs, whatever works. Then with attempts allowed, you can give students multiple attempts. Just click here and decide how many attempts you want, then grade using as your score. And if you click here, again, these are your choices, same thing as the discussion and assignment. And then you can't edit the points here. You actually have to go back to what you saw earlier in the video. You also have the ability to post this grade automatically if you would like. Now, because this is an AI conversation, something to be aware about is that students can view their AI conversations directly after. If you wanted to change that, you could click on here and you can decide like, oh, allow students to see it after the due date, if you have one, or after all grades are posted, for example. So you do want to just make sure that you adjust this accordingly to how you want students to see it, and things of that nature. So then once everything looks correct, and if you need to turn on Safe Assign, it is here. You're going to make sure to click on Save.